Hi, this is Kathy Brox of Axis.com Arts and Entertainment Media. I am interviewing Aaron English of the Aaron English Band, rock band. So, Aaron, what's the name of your band and your bandmates?
The Aaron English Band, and it's myself on vocals and keyboard, and Patrick Stroll on guitar, and Derek Munson on drums, Aaron Kramer on bass, and then Mark Faber is a flutist and a wind synth player, and he builds interactive instruments. So he'll build like little hand devices that interact with his computer. So the mad genius of the band.
Wow, he builds his own instruments. That's pretty cool. Now, you play a couple of instruments yourself, don't you? I know you started off playing piano at about the age of 7, right?
Yes, I've been mostly playing keyboard, but occasionally I'll be playing traditional instruments from around the world that I'll pick up. So a kalimba, a thumb piano, for instance, just to mix things up.
Oh, okay. I never even heard of a kalimba. That sounds pretty interesting. Say, how do you want people to to identify your band? How do you want people to look at you?
As a rock band with ethnic influences, so world beat influences, and then with a classic rock bent. When the 70s rock gods are evoked, that's usually what I have in mind. But we're mixing in a lot of ethnic influences and electronics, so it puts us more in the camp of the bands that have crossed borders, like Led Zeppelin or Peter Gabriel, and experimented with Middle Eastern or African or Celtic influences.
Oh, okay, okay. And why should maybe somebody that listens to hip hop, why should they try out your band? Why should they even give you a listen?
Well, the music is tribal, so it has a deeper pulse than most rock music, or most even pop music. The music really does swing, and I think that's because we're integrating so much of the music from other cultures, especially African, and that's where rhythms come from, where our American rhythms historically come from. We're drawing on that source. So there's a powerful groove, a deeper groove than you'd usually hear from an American rock band.
Okay, okay. So you're basically able to relate to just about any audience, and you think that they could really get into your music.
Yes, it is. Music is different, and there's an upside and a downside. That you have to work harder to find an audience for a band that is unique. But once you find them, it is a deeper connection, and hopefully a more passionate fan. People who become fans of the band, they don't disappear, and that's it. We know that they will stick around, and that's great. That's really powerful. It feels more like a family.
Well, that's pretty cool because I did listen to some of your music, and then I realized that I had heard it before.
Oh, great.
When I saw your name, I was like, why does this guy's name seem so familiar? And then I got to looking around,
Excellent.
and I discovered that you're also on Spreaker.
Hmm.
You didn't?
Well, we're pretty widely distributed. That's I think that's important nowadays on the internet. Just spread it as far as you can.
Yeah, and I like the songs. I like quite a few of your songs. I was surprised. I was like, wow, this is pretty good.
Huh, great, great. I just came back from Africa and working with kids there in music. Produced a couple of established, very, very popular artists there in Africa as well. And the pulse there is very American, very hip hop, very funk, lots of reggae and dancehall influences. And I think I felt at home there. So they're talking about why would someone take a flyer on music that seems to be outside of their genre? And I was quite pleased to get to Africa and realize, oh, I am outside of genres, and that's great. It's wonderful to be working with reggae, dancehall, hip hop, rap artists, and feel like I could speak their musical language.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw that you were actually setting up some schools over there. You took them some instruments.
Yeah, establishing music programs at orphanages and donating instruments and putting together traditional dance and drumming program at another orphanage. So it's an ongoing project.
So
when I have time in between tours.
Oh, okay. That was my next question. So then, while you're doing this, you know how artists are inspired by just about everything that they're around. Did all of this volunteering and sharing your love of music, did it inspire any new songs for you?
Sure, yeah, and I'm now collaborating with an African artist who plays a traditional instrument, a very ancient African lute. So that will certainly push things in new directions.
Wow.
Always looking for new inspiration, and it was part of the reason for traveling to Africa. And I call it new inspiration, but it's very old inspiration. It's returning to the roots of American music.
Okay. Now, speaking of something different, I was looking at your schedule for your tours, and it shows that you are doing an event at the Acoustic Graveyard venue, which sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, I play a lot of alternative venues. So I am often playing house concerts or I guess what I would call listening rooms, which are not traditional venues. So something like the Acoustic Graveyard is a house concert, a garden series on somebody's property.
Oh, okay. What's the weirdest place? Where's the weirdest place you ever played?
Oh, a hair salon. That was fun.
Seriously? Did you get your hair done?
I did not get my hair done while I was playing. I played just last month in a goat corral out in the savannah, the African savannah, and
wow.
I was playing for a Samburu community, and they're goat herders and cattle herders. So we were inside this thorn bush corral that they built to keep the lions away from the goats. So that was an interesting venue, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so. A brave one too. Tell me this: when you guys are not on tour, you're not in. What do you guys do on the regular?
When not on tour, it's time to write and record and make videos.
Okay. So you guys about music 24/7.
You need to be. I think there's a way to be in the music business and stay sane. There's a lot of business that other people used to handle in the industry that is now in the hands of the artists. Even artists operating at a much higher level that are much more successful are often doing their own tour managing or booking or promoting. A lot of the follow-up that they used to have a management team or a record label to handle. So it really doesn't stop, and the key is to stay balanced and find a healthy way to keep all of those balls you're juggling in the air at the same time.
So how do you keep balance?
Trying to stay healthy definitely helps. Finding time to do whatever exercise or meditation or sports that you do in order to stay healthy and balanced and eat well, sleep well, all that stuff it's easy to throw it out the window in favor of driving all night to get to another gig, or you're starved and there are only fast food joints around. There are always opportunities to cut corners, but the healthier you can stay, in the long run, that really does buy you time and buy you energy. But in the mix of it, especially on tour, it can feel like there's never enough time to take care of yourself. An ongoing challenge.
Okay. So do you have any advice for anybody else that's coming up right now trying to get to where you are?
Sure, yeah. I taught music business workshops in Africa to a bunch of young musicians. And the key, I think, is to stay positive, and I don't mean that in a fairy tale kind of way. We talked about all of the problems that they see in the industry, all the things that frustrate them, and then we talked about all the reasons why they make music in the first place, all of the reasons why music is so powerful and why they stay in it. And the key is that when you come up against one of those problems, find a way to get to one of those little points of joy, one of those reasons why you keep doing it and why you did it in the first place, or why it's so valuable to the world. Because there have been so many nights that you wake up at 2 a.m. and can't get back to sleep, and you're so preoccupied with all the problems and so-called problems in your music career. It's critical to be able to hold on to those reasons why you do this, and better yet, to come up with solutions to those problems by tapping into that joy. Right? All the things that music does so right can fix all of the things that music business is doing so wrong right now.
Okay.
And I think that's the most important thing. You will drain yourself of energy and enthusiasm really fast if you get bogged down in the problems. And hold on to all of the magical stuff, all of the powerful stuff that music can do.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good piece of advice there.
That's the only thing that's going to get you through. Because the music business, it's not necessarily that it's hard right now. It's just in transition. So there's so much uncertainty, and that can be really frightening.
Yeah. What's the newest album that you want folks to go out and buy? Where can they get that?
Yes, I would point them to YouTube, to youtube.com/Aaron English Band, and are putting out singles and videos. And I would recommend they go out and buy those singles as they come out.
Okay.
The links to them are on the videos.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite song of your own record? Some that's on your new.
Wow.
What's your favorite? You gotta have a favorite.
It's like asking, what is your favorite child? I think always the newest songs are the ones we're proudest of, because they always represent some new victory. So I'd say there's a new Aaron English Band song called X-Wing Drummer, and then we've got a cover coming out next month that is a Hendrix cover. I'd have to say I'm proudest of those because they're the newest achievements.
Okay. Well, all right. So you're at AaronEnglish.com?
Yes.
Aaron, it has definitely been a good time talking to you. I definitely appreciate you.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right, you guys, you heard it. Aaron English. This is Kathy Brooks of Axis.com Arts and Entertainment Media. Wrapping up my interview with Aaron English of the Aaron English Band. You can check out more arts and entertainment articles and interviews on Axis.com and Examiner.com. Keep your dreams alive by striving to achieve your dreams.